Kyle Roberts on his way to the ring now for this championship contest. You can see he is still favoring the neck. Plenty of damage done during his first round matchup against Orion Creed. He was originally, wait a minute, watch out, superstar Steve Fender is wasting no time in punishing Kyle Roberts. Referee Curtis Deerling was going to showcase what's at stake, the RCW Heavyweight Championship. But superstar Steve Fender did not want to waste any time whatsoever. He is inflicting the punishment now. Brian Thompson here with you on RCW Ringside Edition TV.
York & Company Pharmacy.
York & Company Pharmacy in Richland is your hometown pharmacy with great services like free delivery, free screenings, a free vitamin program for kids ages 2 to 12, and our MediSure and MediSure Plus programs that package your medications according to when you need them. We invite you to make our pharmacy your pharmacy.
York & Company Pharmacy.
Bring the action, the excitement, the fan-friendly, family-friendly atmosphere of Ringside Championship Wrestling to your town. Do you have a fundraiser? Do you have a need in your community that we can support and help? Ringside Championship Wrestling is here, and we want to be your partner. Bring all the superstars. We can even bring a legend or two to your town as part of your partnership with Ringside Championship Wrestling. For more details, call or text today, 417-650-6118, and we will hook up with you and bring Ringside Championship Wrestling live to your community for a great cause.
Local makes sense. Lebanon is proud of over 100 years of tradition, blending new and established businesses in our growing and vibrant community. Local makes sense because you support our youth, fire protection, public safety, health, and other services which make our community great. Local makes sense because you support our growing job market, factories, agriculture, retail, and tourism. Live here, play here, work here, stay here. Lebanon, Laclede County, Missouri, where local makes sense.
Kyle Roberts, superstar Steve Fender. Steve Fender advanced to this matchup with a victory over Air Raid in the first round. Kyle Roberts defeated Orion Creed, and as a result of the double countout between the Rock and Roll Millennial Danny Adams and KB Violence Kareem Brigante, this is a one-on-one battle and not a triple threat match as originally planned. These two have a history in the Midwest part of America. Their rivalry went from promotion to promotion. They've fought over championships throughout the region, but none more prestigious than the RCW Heavyweight Championship, as Kyle Roberts now making a comeback here against superstar Steve Fender. Steve Fender, though, caught Kyle Roberts coming in seconds ago with the elbow and now is inflicting more punishment. Superstar Steve Fender, a man who has wrestled all over the planet. His training came at the hands of the 8-time heavyweight champion of the world, Handsome Harley Race. So you know superstar Steve Fender knows what to do, and he has had a 20-year successful career. As mentioned, multiple trips to Japan, all over the United States, other countries as well, as he has continued now to punish the back of Kyle Roberts. Fender looking for a cover a moment ago, not to be. Exciting things going on in Ringside Championship Wrestling. We are only a matter of time now from our next big event. It will be Saturday night, August the 4th. Saturday night, August 4th. I can confirm that both superstar Steve Fender and Kyle Roberts have been signed for that big event at Lebanon I-44 Speedway. If you remember last year, we had a big event. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was our special guest. As Steve Fender is upset, he's tried now for a couple of different covers against Kyle Roberts. Going to complain about the cadence of the count from referee Curtis Deerling. But back to my point, last year at Speedway Slam, we had Ricky the Dragon Steamboat as special guest. This year, we're bringing to you the wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers. That's right, a man who has competed the world over, WCW, WWE, ECW, Smoky Mountain, USWA, you name it. Tracy Smothers has been there, and for the first time in his illustrious career, he is going to make an appearance for Ringside Championship Wrestling, Lebanon I-44 Speedway, Saturday night, August the 4th. All the details at i44speedway.net. Going to be an exciting night. All the ticket price details. You get 2 for the price of 1. You get pro wrestling, 3 exciting matches, plus a night of racing excitement on both the big track and the new inner track there at Lebanon I-44 Speedway. Who will be the RCW Heavyweight Champion as we head into Saturday night, August 4th? Will it be Kyle Roberts, who's starting to use those educated feet, as I like to call them, or will it be the superstar himself, Steve Fender, who has been virtually relentless in this battle, not giving an inch? Every time you think Kyle Roberts is going to gain some kind of a comeback opportunity, start to inflict his own offense, superstar Steve Fender is right there to stop him. Closer and closer for the superstar. Just a second ago, a 2 count. Steve Fender maybe favored his leg. He's working on his thigh area. Kyle Roberts favoring his back. Lots of punishment. Remember, the tournament here at RCW Richland Rumble, again, we can't thank the great fans in Richland, Missouri enough. They came out, great crowd on hand. They were into the action all night long. RCW Richland Rumble was a fantastic event. We are glad that you're actually able to see it now via Fidelity Local 6, the High Spots Wrestling Network, YouTube, or our Facebook page. Now look at this, Kyle Roberts looking for something impactful. He needs it. I feel like Kyle Roberts just really needs the big impact maneuver. He may have had it right there. Roberts needs to be able to get a quick cover. I don't know that Roberts has enough energy to float over in a cover situation. He was not able to do so there. Took a little bit of time. He's frustrated. You could see it on his face. You could see it in his mannerisms. Mad about not able to put Steve Fender away. Fender will go to any length, as he did there with a thumb in the eye. You see Brian Kelly in the left-hand part of your screen a second ago. Glad to have him on hand to capture the action, the excitement. Took a few promo pictures of the superstars prior to the event. Brian Kelly, MissouriWrestlingRevival.com. Check it out. Who will be pictured holding the RCW Heavyweight Championship, a title that's been vacant, as you heard, for 8 long years. I tell you what, Kyle Roberts, wise beyond his years, realized where he was in the ring, realized he has a lot of pain in his lower back, needed to not exert the energy, reached out, grabbed the bottom rope, negated that cover from superstar Steve Fender, who just does not seem to want to let up. He's not going to stop. Steve Fender, a vicious, vicious individual. No question about that. The superstar has been relentless in his offense. He started it, didn't even allow for the formal ring introductions by our great ring announcer, Mr. Josh Ray. He jumped the gun, attacked Kyle Roberts, and we are right to this championship matchup. Again, it's been 8 long years. The first and only champion to this point was a man by the name of John Michael Worthington. He won it in Forest City, Arkansas in the summer of 2010, the month of June. Held that title, had a couple of defenses, and then RCW, of course, we went on hiatus for a number of years, but we're back, and it is now time to crown a champion. Steve Fender, the superstar, is continuously angry that it's not him yet, looking to inflict more punishment. And now back to that strategy, good ring psychology. If Steve Fender can lock on a Boston Crab, that will really do a lot of damage to the already injured back of Kyle Roberts. Referee going to have to check in on Roberts and make sure Roberts does not want to submit. Again, Kyle Roberts knowing exactly where he is in the ring, realizing he's within a short reach of the bottom rope. Grab that bottom rope, and he is still in this battle. He had an impressive matchup against Orion Creed. It really took a lot out of him, but at the same token, Air Raid's match took a lot out of superstar Steve Fender. Maybe the difference is placement on the card. Fender has had just a little bit more time to rest than Kyle Roberts at this particular point in time. Will it be a difference maker in the outcome of this contest? Roberts again using that foot, the right foot. We only have one right foot. Those lethal feet come into play anytime you're in the ring against Kyle Roberts. He's even been nicknamed Kickin' before, because he will kick your lights out, no doubt about it. Both men, again, I think the wear and tear of having two matches in the same evening is really starting to take a toll on the body of both men, but Kyle Roberts may be getting somewhat of a second wind. He never had a chance to get off first base when he walked in the ring because Steve Fender attacked, but now maybe some of that second wind is coming into play, and this is going to be an opportunity for Kyle Roberts to do some damage, and he has picked out that left knee of the superstar Steve Fender to do the damage to. Fender's got some lethal feet as well, no question. Kyle Roberts realizes take out a man's knee. That'll make it oh so hard for Steve Fender to hit some high impact maneuvers. 2 count only there seconds ago by referee Curtis Deerling. Roberts realizes take out a knee. Superstar Steve Fender can't go to the top. He can't maybe hold you up for that brain buster that he likes to implement. Nice submission now, effort here by Kyle Roberts. Remember, both of these men will be on the card Saturday, August 4th, RCW Speedway Slam live at Lebanon I-44 Speedway. And Steve Fender, hopefully you'll have lunch prior to that event. Try to take a bite out of the arm there of Kyle Roberts. Saturday, August 4th, these two in action, plus the ladies. Lainey Luck makes her Ringside Championship Wrestling debut, as does Brene. They are in a triple threat against the ever-vicious Ms. Monica Passieri. We saw Miss Monica on our last program in her great battle against Savannah Stone. Went off the air surprised. Savannah was able to pick up the victory. Not does it surprise me, but it certainly took Miss Monica by surprise. You'll see her have a chance at redemption and get back in her winning ways here in Ringside Championship Wrestling. She's in action starting on August 4th. Plus, Air Raid returns. He's a favorite. And KB Violence, Kareem Brigante. 3 incredible matches, plus your chance to meet the wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers. And I don't know if superstar Steve Fender is going to quite make it. He's scheduled to be in action, but he may be too dizzy to get there. Kyle Roberts looking to be the champion. Oh, man. Steve Fender, Kyle Roberts, certainly two deserving individuals. They are competing to be the new RCW Heavyweight Champion. First time in 8 years, one man will hold the gold. Who will it be? As Steve Fender is trying to figure out exactly where he is right now. Remember, another added attraction here. 3-time former World Tag Team Champion, former WWE Superstar Trevor Murdoch is here watching the matches. He was here earlier. He will be presenting the winner of this matchup with the RCW Heavyweight Championship. And now this airplane spin, there's an old favorite of mine. Used to see this a lot back in the day. It may not be the prettiest of holds. It may not hold up as being as flashy in 2018, but it still gets the job done, and now both men are dizzy. Watch out. You're watching Ringside Championship Wrestling, RCW Ringside Edition TV.
Being diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, it's devastating. You catch yourself wondering if you'll even get through this. Through all of this, I thank God for Lake Regional Cancer Center. But no matter how hard it was, I was never alone. Thank you so much. They were here for me. They were amazing. So happy.
You did it.
We did it.
You can spend 4 years to graduate college, or graduate from Clement Truck Driving Academy with your CDL in 4 weeks. After graduating, you can try to find a job yourself, or use Clement's Job Placement Assistance. The choice is yours.
I'd love to have you as a student. Enroll online or call for a free consultation today.
What a battle you're watching here on RCW Ringside Edition TV. Kyle Roberts, as we headed to a break, almost got the victory. I don't think he necessarily planned to go for a cover, but his dizziness, both men from doing the airplane spin, were groggy. Both fell down. Steve went down first. Kyle fell on top of Steve, almost got the cover, almost won the RCW title courtesy of an airplane spin. I don't know how many times an airplane spin has won a match. It does a lot of damage. It kind of gets your equilibrium off, but still some fight left in these two. I don't know how they're about 10 or 12 minutes now into this contest, or more actually than that. And they're still fighting. I may have seen some blood on Superstar Steve's mouth. He may have a busted gum area of his mouth, knocked a tooth loose or something. He's favoring it. It's been an incredible battle thus far. A lot at stake here, as we mentioned. The very prestigious Ringside Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, after being vacant for so long, being contested now in the Midwest part of the country after being kind of Mid-South based for several events. You're seeing two of the finest compete for it right here, right now. Glad to have you with us, whether you're watching this on Fidelity Local 6 or via our friends at the High Spots Wrestling Network, or on YouTube or Facebook. We're honored and privileged to have you watch Ringside Championship Wrestling and our RCW Ringside Edition program, brought to you courtesy of our Richland Rumble event that features these two, Kyle Roberts, Superstar Steve, teeing off on each other with forearms. Oh man, and Steve Fender, he may have delivered the knockout blow. We could have a new RCW champion. We're gonna have a new one, but not just yet. Kyle Roberts still in this battle. Give him lots of credit. No question about it. Steve Fender goes right to the eyes. Incredible action here in Ringside Championship Wrestling. You're seeing two of the best stars in our sport today, not just in the Midwest, but anywhere. Steve Fender, 20-year veteran. Traveled the world over. Kyle Roberts now just a few years into his young career, but he has been very impressive. Already has been seen on worldwide television. He travels all over the country. He's not we like to call in the wrestling business a 40-mile wrestler. He gets out, he travels, he contests and tests his own ability against the best in the sport, and there's a reason why he is advanced and is in championship competition here against Superstar Steve Fender. And we had 6 great athletes in the tournament, down to 2. You could have told me any number of those 6 individuals will be RCW champion, and I wouldn't have debated you, because all 6 men were and are incredible athletes, and we'll see each of them down the road. I can guarantee you that. Whether it's Kareem Brigante, Kyle Roberts, Orion Creed, Air Raid, Superstar Steve, the Rock and Roll Millennial Danny Adams, all great athletes and great selections for the Invitational Tournament. Originally just going to be for pride and honor. It was going to be the RCW Richland Rumble Invitational Tournament. But then Trevor Murdoch, he visited with the board of directors. They had a conference, and it was decided that not only will the tournament be for the Richland Rumble honors, it will also be for the RCW Heavyweight Championship, and that is what has brought us here to this moment. And you're watching it now. Great camera work, too, by our friend Luke Keene, the official cameraman now of Ringside Championship Wrestling. Glad to have him on board. Josh Ray, our ring announcer, he does a great job as well. And, of course, you can't forget referees Curtis Deerling and Garrett Williams. Our entire staff sending my shout out to my man Terry Saltzman, R.W. Hardy. They are part of the RCW crew as well. You don't see them a lot. They don't get a lot of the flash and pomp and circumstance, but I promise you this, these events cannot happen without them and all the great help. Bonnie, she does a great work. Elizabeth in the merchandise area, concessions, the whole team. We thank them all for bringing you Ringside Championship Wrestling. And we're glad to bring you this championship contest right here on RCW Ringside Edition TV. Steve Fender, Kyle Roberts now. They're both injured. Roberts with a drop kick. Well, maybe they're not completely injured. I meant to say more so they are both exhausted. It's been a battle between these two. Steve misses. Roberts connecting with a drop kick. What a matchup this certainly is. Kyle Roberts seems to have some momentum on his side. Not enough. This has been an incredible battle now. We're a good 17 minutes in, maybe, somewhere 16, 17 minutes in. 60-minute time limit on this battle. We didn't get to make the formal announcement because Steve Fender jumped the gun. 60 minutes. Hopefully that is plenty of time to determine a champion. Now, wait a minute. Kyle Roberts is scaling to the top. Very, very dangerous scenario here, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out. Superstar Steve Fender was nailed by Kyle Roberts. And this crowd is intense. Trevor Murdoch even got up out of his seat. Can't believe it. The intensity of this matchup. Referee Curtis Deerling going to check on both men now. Make sure they're able to continue competing. Wow, incredible action here in Ringside Championship Wrestling. It's a cliche, they're putting it all on the line, but they certainly are here. They understand exactly what is at stake, and Kyle Roberts just cannot believe that's not a 3 count, and I certainly sympathize with the young man. Roberts getting a little bit frustrated. He needs to keep his composure here. You don't want anything going awry because you got your temper flared. Now, Kyle Roberts' temper is certainly flaring now. He is just delivering some lethal kicks. Steve Fender, though, you never count out the superstar. Just when you think you have him right where you want him, he'll do something devastating. Oh, man. Steve Fender, Kyle Roberts, they have literally given it everything. They've thrown everything at it but the kitchen sink, as they say, to use another old cliche. You can tell I'm getting up there in years. The excitement, the fan-friendly, family-friendly atmosphere of Ringside Championship Wrestling to your town. Do you have a fundraiser? Do you have a need in your community that we can support and help? Ringside Championship Wrestling is here, and we want to be your partner. Bring all the superstars. We can even bring a legend or two to your town as part of your partnership with Ringside Championship Wrestling. For more details, call or text today, 417-650-6118, and we will hook up with you and bring Ringside Championship Wrestling live to your community for a great cause.
You can spend 4 years to graduate college, or graduate from Clement Truck Driving Academy with your CDL in 4 weeks. After graduating, you can try to find a job yourself, or use Clement's Job Placement Assistance. The choice is yours.
I'd love to have you as a student. Enroll online or call for a free consultation today.
Local makes sense. Lebanon is proud of over 100 years of tradition, blending new and established businesses in our growing and vibrant community. Local makes sense because you support our youth, fire protection, public safety, health, and other services which make our community great. Local makes sense because you support our growing job market, factories, agriculture, retail, and tourism. Live here, play here, work here, stay here. Lebanon, Laclede County, Missouri, where local makes sense.
We're back here, wrestling fans. Hopefully that is our last chance, or last time we had to take a commercial break. We want to stay with this action and bring you a conclusion between superstar Steve Fender and Kyle Roberts. Roberts may have the victory here. And it was not to be. What a matchup. Superstar Steve Fender, Kyle Roberts, the man with the lethal feet. Oh, Roberts connected with a couple of shots there. This could be the opening this young man needs. He could be within
20 minutes has expired. 40 minutes.
his chance to be RCW Heavyweight Champion. Will it be? His shot. Kyle Roberts thinking high risk. We know he is a master of the frog splash when he hits that maneuver. It's as good as over on many occasions. Steve Fender, though. Superstar Steve Fender knew that was coming. Got the knees up. Steve Fender, what's he looking for here? Brain buster applied. That could be it. And we have a new RCW Heavyweight Champion, and his name is Superstar Steve Fender. The Steve Fender era has begun here in Ringside Championship Wrestling. No question, a lot of respect to both men. They gave it their all. A lot of heart, a lot of energy exerted. Steve Fender showing, well, he doesn't necessarily look like a winner right now. He's limping pretty bad. But that man right there on your television screen, your tablet or your computer, isn't it? Well, that's not the champion. That's Trevor Murdoch, the man who will be presenting the championship to Steve Fender. Ironically enough, we're talking about Speedway Slam coming up. It was Steve Fender against Trevor Murdoch a year ago at that event, in what was Trevor's last televised matchup. And now, boy, how the tables have turned. Trevor no longer actively competing, and Steve Fender is the new RCW champion. And now Steve Fender is giving all kinds of lip to Trevor Murdoch. We may have a situation here. I could see in those eyes. Wait a, whoa. Steve Fender, Trevor Murdoch.
For 1 second, they're going to help you win this from me.
Oh, man. Murdoch.
You better be careful, because I'll come get that.
Murdoch may be dusting off the tights soon. Ladies and gentlemen, what a situation. Steve Fender is the new RCW champion. You'll see him in action Saturday, August 4th. But for now, we're out of time. Trevor Murdoch, he can't believe it.